Welcome back and thank you for joining me in today's deep dive into one of the most astonishing and mind-blowing stories in modern coin collecting, a story that has captured the imagination of collectors, investors, treasure hunters, and ordinary people around the world. Imagine waking up one morning, reaching into your old coin jar, and discovering that a simple 1-cent piece, something so small and so ordinary that most people barely notice it, could actually be worth an unimaginable fortune. Today we are talking about the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States, a tiny coin with a face value of 1 cent but a legendary story that has turned into one of the most talked about mysteries and marvels in the entire numismatic community. This coin has been discussed in collector circles as having an estimated value of up to $309.5 million, and whether that number becomes reality or remains speculation, the fascination surrounding this incredible piece is undeniable. So sit back and enjoy as we explore how a 1-cent coin from 1986 can climb to such extraordinary worth, how errors and minting mistakes transform ordinary objects into priceless artifacts, and what possibilities exist with this coin that make collectors everywhere search their pockets just a little more carefully. The year 1986 might seem recent enough that many people feel these coins should still be in circulation, yet old enough that most examples have lived long, rough lives through pockets, purses, vending machines, piggy banks, and drawers. Millions upon millions of 1986 cents were produced, so at first glance, there appears to be nothing special about them. They were minted mostly in copper-coated zinc, following the major metal composition shift that happened in the United States in 1982. But in the world of coins, the mass production of ordinary pieces sometimes hides extraordinary secrets. Among these countless coins is said to be an ultra-rare, singular piece that carries impossible minting flaws, error combinations, and an enigma that has caused experts to debate how such a thing could even exist. That is the foundation of the story of the 1986 Liberty 1-cent coin with the rumored value of $309.5 million. To understand why this coin has fueled so much speculation, it helps to look at the environment of the U.S. mint during the 1980s. The 1980s were a time when the mint was transitioning into new metal compositions, experimenting with new planchet suppliers, and adopting new technologies for quality control and die production. This combination of experimentation and production pressure occasionally led to strange errors slipping into circulation. Some were minor and passed unnoticed, while others became legends. The 1986 cent is theorized to belong to that latter category, possessing an error or combination of errors unseen before or since. Mistakes like double strikes, off-center strikes, transitional planchet errors, mint mark anomalies, or even foreign object strikes can all contribute significantly to a coin's value. But the idea that one single 1986 cent carries multiple major errors stacked together is what elevates it beyond normal rarity and into mythical status. Over the years, collectors have reported discovering 1986 pennies with unusual characteristics. Some show doubling in unexpected places on Lincoln's portrait, others exhibit mint mark distortions, unusually sharp or unusually shallow impressions, or oddly colored surfaces that indicate planchet contamination or mixing of incorrect metal alloys. Most of these are minor anomalies, interesting but not world-shattering. Yet this has created an atmosphere of curiosity, with collectors constantly asking what hidden error might be lurking among the coins that were produced that year. The 1986 cent that supposedly reached this extraordinary valuation is said to contain an impossible blend of features: an off-metal planchet inconsistency, a dramatic die clash, a misaligned die strike, a double die obverse, a rotated reverse, and a mint mark error. For a normal coin, even one of those things could increase value. But all of them together create something so unimaginable that it borders on miraculous. What makes the idea even more intriguing is that many minting errors are extremely difficult to detect unless the coin is examined under magnification or studied by specialists. That means a rare coin like this could theoretically be hidden in a box of old change, forgotten in a drawer, sealed inside a jar kept for decades, or lying unnoticed in circulation. The possibility that an extraordinary treasure could still be out there is what excites collectors and fuels ongoing search efforts. The rumored $309.5 million value attached to this coin stems from the idea that this single piece may be the only known example of its error type. In coin collecting, rarity drives value, but extreme uniqueness transcends normal pricing models. A one-of-a-kind error coin becomes less of a collectible and more of an artifact, something that crosses into the world of fine art, historical relics, and private auction exclusivity. Wealthy collectors are often willing to pay astronomical amounts for items that exist nowhere else in the world. We have already seen coins sell for millions under the right circumstances, including rare cents, nickels, quarters, and gold pieces. So while $309.5 million may seem almost unbelievable for a penny, the precedent of extreme valuations in the numismatic world keeps the possibility alive. The story behind this particular coin often begins with an error believed to have originated at the die creation stage. Dies are the engraved metal tools that stamp the images onto coins, and any flaw in a die transfers repeatedly onto every coin struck from it. However, in cases where a die itself is defective or misaligned when installed into the press, individual coins can come out with distorted or doubled images. One prominent rumor surrounding the 1986 cents legendary value is that the obverse die may have slipped during striking, creating a double die effect that sharply replicas certain features twice, such as the date, Liberty, or the outline of Lincoln's face. Double dies are some of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting, with several historically significant examples becoming million-dollar pieces. Another element contributing to the myth of the 1986 cents enormous value is the possibility of a transitional planchet error. Planchets are the blank metal discs used to make coins, and transitional errors occur when a coin is struck using the wrong type of metal, often from a previous or planned composition change. In the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint moved from nearly pure copper cents to copper-coated zinc cents. The transition wasn't always perfectly smooth, and a few transitional errors are known from around that period. If a 1986 penny were accidentally struck on a copper planchet instead of the standard zinc one, that alone would make it extremely collectible. But the rumored treasure coin goes even further, supposedly being struck on an experimental or mixed metal planchet that was never intended for public release. Mint mark errors also play a major role in the coin's potential value. The mint mark, a small letter indicating where the coin was produced, can contain anomalies like over-punched marks, misplaced marks, or even marks from the wrong mint. These errors are rare and valuable because mint marks are tightly controlled features. A misplaced or doubled mint mark on the 1986 cent could dramatically increase its desirability. Collectors have long examined the mint marks on 1980s pennies, especially those from Denver, for unusual shapes, distortions, or impressions. The legendary 1986 cent is said to show a mint mark anomaly so unusual that it could only occur through a malfunction during the punching process or due to an incorrect die being used. The combination of errors seems almost too extreme to believe, but history shows that truly bizarre minting mistakes do occasionally escape into circulation. Coins with off-center strikes greater than 50%, coins struck on dimes planchets, coins with multiple overstrikes, coins struck without rims, and coins with reversed dies have all been found at different times. While the 1986 cent in question may be hypothetical or unconfirmed, the possibility of such an extraordinary error captures the imagination of anyone fascinated by rare coins. Collectors also analyze the condition of rare coins, and if this mythical 1986 cent happened to survive in a surprisingly high grade, perhaps even close to a mint state condition, the value would increase even more dramatically. A coin with multiple major errors but heavyware might lose some appeal to investors, but a coin that escaped mass circulation early or was discovered accidentally and preserved carefully would be almost priceless. Stories circulate among collectors about old jars of coins discovered in attics, sealed factory-wrapped mint bags forgotten for decades, or individuals unknowingly keeping rare coins in drawers for years without realizing their true value. The thought that a coin worth hundreds of millions could sit unnoticed in someone's home is part of the excitement. Beyond the physical errors, another reason for the astronomical valuation is the psychological and historical significance attached to extremely rare coins.